Blog Talk Radio.
Power in the people. Power in the people. Power in the people. Power in the people. We gon' fight, we gon' shout for our rights without a doubt. We gon' love, we gon' sing. We gon' rise and do our thing. We gon' stand and join hands, united as one. We're in demand. Hear our voice, young and old. Fight the lies, let the truth be told. Power in the people. Power in the people.
What's up, family? It's the Build 720. Hope everyone's doing well. Actually, I didn't want to have the show today, to be honest with you. But anyway, it is what it is. Hopefully, if anybody hears this in the future, this will give you some type of solace, some type of level of understanding. And if not, so be it. Alright, today the topic is happiness, why, and the endless pursuit of it. I'm going to read something out of a book called the Metu Neter, or the Metu Neter, Volume 1 of Ra'un Nefer Amen, the Great Oracle of Tahuti, an Egyptian system of spiritual cultivation. On page 96, I'll just go ahead and read it. As matter in the subject realm has not been structured into things, there is no need or justification for time. The state of serenity or peace is the master and primordial, it's the morning, please forgive me, primordial energetic configuration of our spirit. In the Kemetic tradition, it was called Hetep. Hetep basically means offering, but today we know it as peace. What we want and need most is peace. To achieve it, we must return the focus of our consciousness to zero, which is the subjective realm. This condition is the highest goal of the meditation. It is the state of Hetep of the Kemetic tradition. Samadhi Sravikalpa Nirvana in the Hindu, Satori in the Zen Buddhist, and so forth. It is not a serenity that depends on outward conditions, such as the amount of money, weapons, the state of our love, life, etc. Neither is it the, quote, fleeing, unquote, from the cares and troubles of the world. Granted that returning consciousness to the subjective realm, its original level, enables man to go through life with an unassailable and independent calmness. But along with this achievement, there is the knowledge that one has also contacted the root of all divine power. Implicit in people's quest for happiness is not only the urge for emotional gratification, there is also an urge for security. And there is nothing that can give one more security than the acquisition of divine power. Alright, so let me go into a little bit of divine power and how we can all cultivate our divine power. I was having a conversation the other day with, I'll just say, one of my relatives. And as we were going through the conversation, there are many different things that this person was talking about, what was happening in their past, and it was something that they were feeling like, oh, well, this is still defining me. And yes, what happens in our past, in a way, can define us if we let it. I think the one thing that we should do and look into, each one of us, is, okay, what happened into our past and what can I do about fixing it? Like right now, you might be broke, you might have no money. You might look at your situation and say, man, I don't know how I'm going to get out of it. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Go seek a financial advisor. Go seek someone for that. I can't even tell you how to gain happiness. It's totally up to you and how you want to find happiness. I can tell you one thing, though. I can tell you that what kind of system that we live in, and how if you get too involved in the system, how it can drive you crazy. How you can get to a point in your life where you feel like, oh, I need this type of validation in order for me or we as a community to feel some sense of happiness, right? These things, like food, comfort foods, to make us feel happy. I need sensuality, to make me feel happy. I need a sense of value to make me feel happy. Now, growing up as children in this society, oftentimes we are given what I guess some term would be the American dream, cars, house, white picket fence, dog, cat, pet, whatever it may be. These things, right? Oh, I have my degree, so. Okay, now, let me get my perfect person that I want to be with, and, this is it. This is my life. This is how I feel comfortable. Yes, I pause because oftentimes, I think a lot of the times we need to sit back and just reflect on the things that are happening in our life. If you're younger, I'm talking about, children, all the way up to adulthood, whoever's listening to this, nothing defines you. I know that's going to sound strange to a lot of people. Nothing actually really defines you. Nothing really actually defines me. I mean, I could say I define myself, and you could say, oh, I define myself. But based on what? What are you defining yourself by? You define yourself by a culture? And which culture is it? What are you defining yourself by? A system that runs off tyranny? Are you trying to pursue and find happiness based on what? What is it? I mean, you go outside and you're like, man, this tree is beautiful. But no, let's go to wherever. Let's take a trip that's going to cost us $5,000, $10,000, get stressed out. And man, I walk outside right now and I say, man, look at this sun. I have the opportunity right now to look at the sun. And let's be honest, sometimes, or not sometimes, but some of us are in situations, we might live in the quote-unquote projects, we might live in the hood, and it's like, man, I can't, or I choose to not just enjoy, because there's a lot of stuff around me right now. I got cars, I got buildings, just a lot of stuff. I go to work and my supervisor is talking to me, and the supervisor is getting on my nerve right now when I'm just trying to do my job, or or you may be a supervisor, and it might be the opposite way. You're trying to get this individual to do what you feel like you need them to do, so you can get your job done, so to make you feel happy. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how popular you are, unpopular you are. Because when we transition, we transition. So the question is, and that's why I enjoyed and still enjoy every once in a while going to the Meta Netter by Ron Nefer Amen. Because, I try not to be too spiritual and too spooky and too metaphysical and too out there, because, we're living right now. We're having a chance to experience this existence. We're having a chance to experience existence. And so experience it. I don't know, and I can't give you advice on how to make you happy. And at times, sometimes I'm like, I don't even know how to make myself happy. And that's just reality. But I do know one thing is that when I get up in the morning, I appreciate, what our ancient ancestors called Ra. I do appreciate the sun. I do appreciate existence in itself. And I mean, when I look around and see the birds, or if you live in some environments, you might be chased by a dang lion or elephant or some of these other predators out there. Yeah, it's scary, figuratively and literally. At the end of the day, what defines happiness? Is the food that you put in your mouth define happiness? Is it your loved one that defines your happiness? Is it the things that you do define happiness? That state of quote-unquote nirvana. So that's all I want to say. Just live, love. I know people get upset, but try not to get upset, man. And that's about it. I personally don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing this, but I guess I'll do it until it is what it is. All right? Family, take care. Try to stay positive. I know it's very difficult, but man, you just can't let things define you. Define yourself. And as our ancient ancestors said, know thyself, Ankh Uja Seneb. Love, prosperity, and health.